should be okay. Ishmael's joined. Just give me a sec, guys. I'm just sharing this round and I'll be with you in a second. Why did I punch the tripod? That wasn't brilliant. Excuse me. There we go, we should be good to go. And yes. So guys, welcome to Friday night. Yes, that is right, it's Friday. How are we doing? It is round number 6 of the VW Cup, or the VWR Championship, and yes, it is the Eldar Sim Racing, brought to you by Chell Lawman Motorsport. Hope you can all hear me, and hopefully you can sit back, chill out, and enjoy the night of racing, and hopefully you guys are surviving the storms that are happening over in the UK, if you are UK based. It is not the best out there, it's not the best weather, but we are here at Interlagos, Brazil for round number 6 of the championship. I believe it is almost a full grid for this evening, which is going to be very interesting. I believe Nate Fletcher unfortunately is missing tonight. Obviously race 1 and 2 winner, race 1 and 3 winner actually at Kyoto last week. Unfortunately he's had a massive effect with the storm. He's been without power since this morning, so he is not going to be there this evening. He's not going to be here for this evening, should I say, but it is going to be very close as we get a lot of interest. Just to be putting that out there, you know, hopefully he's back next week, but it's looking likely. We've got obviously the early pace setter of the championship, Panos, back after missing last week. I believe there's a few people back after missing Kyoto, but there is obviously some breaking news. There is obviously the stewards have found one of the drivers a very guilty party, should we say, within the likes of the Aussie Rooster, having a bit of an issue with one of the drivers within Jamie Hillman in race number 3 at Kyoto. Unfortunately tonight he serves a race ban, which, you know, it's a bit unfortunate, but that is how we do not like to see in the racing. But hopefully he's back next week and he should be pushing back. But, you know, looking at the grid tonight, there's 13 drivers, you know, possibly would have been 14, maybe 15, but it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So yes, it is around number 6 of the championship. I'll tell you what, it is getting very close to the sharp end of the championship. It is going to be a lot of things, but you know, we do have obviously championship tables. I'll just quickly go through them since we're round about preferably around 10 minutes till qualifying, but it's looking very tight at the championship, top end of the championship table, with, after tonight, 2 rounds left with 6 races to go. I'll tell you what, it is, Kyoto was an absolute thriller. If you've seen exactly how the racing was at Kyoto, it was absolute down to earth, and it was absolutely crazy indeed. I'm just going to check the comments on stream very quickly. Evening, Nick, how's it going? Thank you for saying evening to me. It's going to be very careful. You know, I'm looking forward to tonight. If it's anything like the last couple of weeks, I'm sure my voice is going to be destroyed as per usual. But I am personally looking forward to tonight because it is getting down to the sharp end of the championship, and yes, it is going to be very close. Just looking at Moreno, obviously in his chrome silver or grey VW Scirocco. The Sciroccos are very good cars. They are very interesting indeed, but I'll quickly go through the points as likely so I was going to go. But as I say, it was a very hectic race, 3 races at Kyoto last time out, but you know, with Panos not being there, he's only dropped 3 points to Dean Atkinson, who's Dean's on 198. You know, he's looking forward to excuse me as I lose my voice, but Dean's obviously pushed his way up into basically top of the championship. He's been thereabouts. He's been on the podium quite a few times, and he's pushed himself up into contention. He says he's not going to feel like he's going to be leading the championship after tonight, but you never know, things may happen. Obviously Panos is like 3 points behind on 195, so that's quite interesting. With if you miss a race, it's not ideally, you're not going to be missing out of championship contention. You can easily claw it back, which is going to be quite interesting to see how Panos does go. It's currently fastest in free practice. Obviously did practicing getting acclimatised to tonight round here at Interlagos. And you got Jamie Hillman. Surprisingly, Jamie Hillman's had 2 wins in the championship so far at Red Bull as well as Kyoto. It's come in the second races. Is he going to go for a 3rd win tonight? Is he going to be able to do it in the second race, or is he even going to try and get all 3 races? He's currently 3rd in the championship, so you know he is on 186, so he's 12 points behind. I don't know exactly what Nuno's trying to do in here. I think he's in the wrong lobby, should we say. But nevertheless, we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Then you've got Ismail Nemri, the likeable Dutch/Moroccan driver in the McLaren-inspired livery. He is currently outside the top 3, but he's been very consistent within 176, yeah. So he's very consistent, but he's yet to push on. He's been thereabouts. He's actually won race 3 at Goodwood as well as race 3 at Fuji, and he's not been, I think he has been on the podium since then. He had a disaster at the Red Bull Ring, but it seemed to be thereabouts. But it's going to be very close to see exactly. Yeah, so he's had a disaster at Red Bull Ring, and then he's obviously got thereabouts, but you know, his outside chance of getting into top 3. Nate Fletcher's down in obviously 5th place at the moment, but he's missing tonight. He also missed the Red Bull Ring due to I believe work or family commitments, but nevertheless he's in the top 5. He will try and push on if he's back next week. I know there's only like 2 rounds left and 6 races to go, but anything can happen. Then you've obviously got Chris Rigby, 6th place. He's a stellar racer, is Chris. He's done very well in the Team Hardy inspired livery. He's been thereabouts. He actually got onto the podium in race number 2 at Kyoto last week. You know, pushed Jamie Hillman all the way for that, trying to get that victory and trying to snatch it away from him. So you know, it's quite interesting to see exactly what's happening. Obviously you got Finley Osler, obviously the son of the Aussie Rooster, on 136. He's thereabouts. He's had a bit of a weird one. He's had a race win at Autopolis. Is the only race win he's had, and he's been third in Goodwood. Cruelly robbed of a race victory at Goodwood as well, early on in the season, which kind of should have been thereabouts, but he's not been on the podium since then. So he's not been on the podium since Autopolis, so hopefully he's back onto the podium. He's going to try and push on. We'll just see where he is out on track. I think he's actually there, yes. Then you've obviously got Nick Sargent, who is the founder of Eldar Racing, and a very likeable racer himself is Nick. Nick's obviously tried to push on. He's literally been thereabouts. He's been knocking onto the podium You know, he's been trying to get there as best as he can, but we'll see what he's going to do in the Umbongo Juice machine. Is he going to be able to push on? He's obviously 8th in the table at the moment, but it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Then you've obviously got Andrew Osler on in 9th place. Obviously going to be missing tonight, I think. Rightly so, he'll be missing, but I think he's going to have to, if he was racing, he'd be serving his race ban, unfortunately. But nevertheless, that's exactly the sort of standard we don't want to see race-wise in Eldar Sim, to get yourself a race ban. Then you've got Oscar Stevenson. He's missed Autopolis due to other commitments, but he has been he got onto the podium at the Red Bull Ring in race number 3, which kind of pushed him thereabouts. So, you know, he is down in 10th place. Then you've got Fred Coleman back racing tonight. He is 2nd in practice at the moment in the DHL inspired livery. He's back after missing Kyoto. Then you've got Neil Smell. Neil Smell's had a bit of a, I'm not going to say a bit of a weird season for Neil, but he's been thereabouts. He's been trying to get onto the podium. He's been trying to win a race. I think the reverse grid races have been trying to be in his favour, but he's tried to, you know, try and win the race, but then he's been caught up in quite a few issues. But he never mind. He will be hopefully pushing on, trying to get that Scottish racing team inspired livery that he famously has on all of his cars. But he's 12th in the table. And you got Dale Griffiths. Obviously missed last week at Kyoto. I believe Thomas Cheever-Liam missed it, aka Moreno missed it. Ralph Smith is no longer in the championship due to school commitments. Nigel, or the Ranger, in the Mendip Explorer first bus inspired livery, he is obviously back tonight. He missed, I believe he missed, he did all 3 races at Autopolis, but then did race 1 at Red Bull Ring, but then he's not been back since. But then bottom of the tree is obviously Andreas Cardenas. Unfortunately, Andreas has not come back since Goodwood, and you know, it was thereabouts. But that is exactly the points for tonight. Looking into seeing exactly what's going to happen. I'm looking forward to personally seeing how tonight goes, but you know, it is going to be very close. We have got 5 minutes until qualifying does start, so we are going to be starting dead on time tonight. There is a lot of people looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. If you're new to the series, just to put this out here, you must use either the super racing super softs, the racing mediums, or the racing softs. I think the hards are also allowed to be used. I'm trying to remember if they are or not, but you must use the compound, them compounds in one of the 3 races. You can't change in the race to say let's go on to the mediums. If you're on the softs, it can't be allowed. You must be on either the medium super softs or the softs. I think the hards are allowed, I'm not too sure, but if it's a bogey tyre, but you must use one of the compounds in that. If it was a wet race, obviously the intermediates or the wet, but personally I'd go for full wets if it was a wet race. But you know, you must use one of the compounds during the races. You can't just go and swap and go on the mediums, because it's not really right. So you must start on the compound, especially for qualifying. So you must start on the tyre you want to start race 1 on for roughly race 1. So if the super softs, and that's what you want to use for race 1, then you have to use it obviously during qualifying for race 1. But then obviously vice versa. It is going to be very interesting. So obviously Nick's just reminded guys it's 3 minutes till qualifying, so get race 1 tyres on. Ideally most people do tend to go out for qualifying on the outlap on the tyres and then swap them over. Then obviously they've got them ready for race number 1. But It'll be interesting to see what the majority of the field go for, what is going to be the better tyre. Around here the tyres do wear quite quick due to the front wheel drive nature of the Scirocco. The car does tend to bog down off the start as well. There's quite a lot of wheel spin within the VW Sciroccos, but it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Dean's going to do, because he's top of the championship. Is he going to be able to try and get Panos from leaping back into the first place of the championship? You know, it's going to be close. But if you've seen the racing previously, but it's going to be very close indeed. I'm personally looking forward to a decent night of racing. Indeed, you know, but if you've seen what the racing's been like over the last couple of weeks, it has been nail-biting. It has been pretty much thereabouts. I think we are going to be, you know, looking forward to. Understand exactly why the likes of Vlad and Nuno are entering the lobby when they realise it's actually VW Sciroccos. But nevertheless, we'll see exactly what's going to happen. But so we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I think we are going to be underway very shortly for qualifying. Excuse me, coughing down everyone's ear for a sec. But yes, it is going to be great. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen. But Oscar Stevenson, then, what's he going to do? Because he's been thereabouts. He's been obviously in the sharp end. He's been obviously trying to push on, even though he's down in the table, but trying to push that number 2 machine. Obviously adapting very well. Most of the guy, fair play to everyone that's raced these Sciroccos. I've never raced it before, but they are very interesting machines, I must admit. But who knows exactly what's going to happen tonight. But just looking exactly with 1 minute to go then, or just we're going to get started for qualifying in a moment. Just why I think we'll just try to sort a few bits and pieces, but I think we are good to go. I think we were just waiting for Vlad to go to the Astons, but we are good to go then for qualifying then. So the qualifying for the 6th round of the championship, it's going to be very close, because looking at some of the cars then, some of them on medium, some of them on super softs at the moment. We'll see exactly who's on what tyres in the moment when they all get out of pit lane, but it's looking likely then that the majority of the field are on super softs. So there's a massive train of cars trying to get out of pit lane. I think Jamie is the first one to literally push on. I think he wants another victory tonight. I think he's going to be hunting that third victory of the season. He's already had 2 to his name this season so far, and rightly so. He's vastly improved quite massively to get them race wins. So I think he's on the softs. Neil Smell goes out to pit lane. I believe Nick will be the last one to leave. Yes, he is. He is the last one to leave. So it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But you can just see how beautiful it is here at Interlagos. Beautiful scenery here as well. So let's see what's going to happen for round number 6 then. Who is going to get pole position for the first race of the evening? It is 10-minute qualifying. So I won't be surprised if we get a couple of cars diving into pit lane before the end of their outlaps, just to change onto tyres. But You know, it's going to be thereabouts. Let's see what Jamie's going to do. Is he going to be able to get pole position as well? Because he wants to literally push on. He wants to try and push further up the field in the championship as well. Dean Atkinson's another one I'll be keeping an eye on, as well as Panos. But everyone tonight I will be keeping a close eye on. But saying exactly what's going to happen, the likes of Moreno and obviously Ranger versus to Jamie as well, and of course Panos. I think the majority of the field are going to stay out because they know for a fact it's only 10 minutes of qualifying. Oscar goes into pit lane, Chris goes into pit lane, Finley goes into pit lane as well. So that's going to be 3 cars already. I believe Dale's also jumped in, so the ones that jumped in now will have to take another outlap. Don't really about lap sirens, just saying the cars are going into pit lane, but Ishmael stays out then, so we'll see what the likeable Dutch / Moroccan driver can do. Just to put that out there, he has been very interesting this season, has Ishmael, trying to, obviously, like I say, he's been on the podium once, he's trying to get back onto the podium, and he's going to be thereabouts. We've got Neil Smell and of course Nick still out on track, so 7.5 minutes to go in qualifying, and Nick's trying to push that Umbongo machine. The racing mediums, most of them, the majority have now gone back on super soft, so that's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. They will have to do another lap though, because they will have to do another outlap because they've been thereabouts. But the gaggle of cars at the moment, the Moreno's got a train of cars behind him, trying to catch up to Jamie to try and stop Jamie's benchmark, but he's got likes of the Ranger and Panos behind him as Moreno, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen with 7 minutes left of qualifying then. So, you know, are these 4 in the championship? I think Oscar's had a bit of an issue with Nick, but I think that was just a bit of contact, but nevertheless I think that caught Nick unaware, but nevertheless it is qualifying, so it wouldn't really matter. Oscar was going out on another outlap as well, so let's see what Jamie can do then. Is he going to be pushing his way up to get pole position? He was, but look at that, the 4 in reverse order then, so Panos gets a 137.4 at the moment, then you've got Moreno with a 137.8, Jamie with a, well, the Ranger with 137.884, Jamie with 138.3 at the moment, but Ishmael 138.437, that's going to be very interesting. Neil Smell 138.6 at the moment, so he's currently 6th fastest at the moment, so that's very interesting to see what's going to happen. But the cars that were pitting then, that were on their outlaps, the likes of Chris, Finley, Dean, Dale, Oscar, thereabouts, but Nick's gone on 153.8 at the moment. Where's that put him? No, that's put him 7th at the moment, but that train of cars that were in pit lane with 5.5 minutes to go in pit before qualifying ends, you know, the ones that were in pits before, they will be pushing on now to get their laps in, but the other guys that were ahead of them will be literally pushing to improve their lap times. It could be a very jumbled grid within the likes of the ones that were pitting. So, you know, Jamie currently 4th in qualifying with championship 2nd place in the championship. Panos just on provisional pole position at the moment with 5 minutes left. It could be very careful. The likes of Jamie and Panos and Moreno, they're just coming through the final turn now. Jamie jumps into pit lane. I think he's decided, right, now's the chance to get more tyres. So, you know, Moreno still stays 2nd and Panos still stays 1st. Didn't improve their lap times this time round, but Ranger and of course Jamie go into pit lane with Ishmael about to come through the final turn. What's he going to do? He does a 142.076. Neil Smale, however, 139.3, still puts him 6th fastest at the moment. And he's got the likes of Nick just behind him, but Chris Rigby then goes up to 2nd, 137.7. That's knocked him down, so that's put the likes of Dean Atkinson and of course Finley 5th and 6th respectively. Finley's gone on 137.964, Dean Atkinson 138.068. It seems to be thereabouts, but a very interesting Fred Coleman then in 8th at the moment with 138.403. yeah, 430 rather. I do apologise, misread that bit at the end, but 8th fastest moment. So Jamie is 7th fastest now. He's going to have to literally push on. He's got 3.5 minutes, but you know, he's got he's got an out lap to do, but he will get another lap, hopefully, if he doesn't get held up in traffic. Ishmael's down in 9th then, so the early protagonist to try and push on to try and improve this evening is 9th at the moment. Dale 10th. Neil Smell now down in 11th. Like I said, that's exactly what's going to happen. He's now 0.8 of a second. Panos goes fastest with 137.327 at the moment, so his provisional pole position yet again. He's rightly so on the money at the moment, with the likes of Nick down in 12th at the moment, with Oscar also 13th at the moment. So it seems a lot of cars though that were pitting earlier and later seems to be there, but Neil Smell goes to 138.5 at the moment, so that puts him still 11th at the moment. So he's going to have to try and push on. He's going to have to be there. Ishmael goes into pit lane, so he's got roughly 2.5 minutes to get a out lap, as well as probably he may have enough time, but we'll see about that. But then Oscar goes to 138.6. That still puts him 12th at the moment, so that's put Nick down to 13th. But Nick improves with 139.6 at the moment. Fred Coleman 138.1. Where's that put him? 7th. So that's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So we've got the likes of Panos at the moment trying to get away, the Greek trying to push on, trying to extend his pole position records. It's on the Super Softs. He obviously knows exactly how to race these Scirocco's. You know, the early pace setter in the championship from since Goodwood, but he's obviously, when he missed last week, he dropped 3 points, but I think he's coming back with a vengeance tonight. I think he's going to be going through the final turn now to try and see exactly what he's going to do. He's got Moreno ahead of him, but what's Moreno going to do? Is he going to be able to get pole position, snatch it away from Panos, or is he going to struggle? He struggled with that this time round, but still stays third at the moment, with Chris Rigby, of course, in second at the moment, currently putting that team hard Scirocco through its paces. But I think Jamie's gone a bit wide there out of the penultimate turn there, so it could be very interesting to see what happens with 1 minute and 16 seconds to go till race 1 starts. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be thereabouts, but you can just see what Chris is going to do. Is he going to be able to get pole position from Panos? Jamie goes a 138.1 at the moment, so that puts him back up to 7th. Dean Atkinson 137.7. That is going to be thereabouts, but Dean Atkinson goes up to 3rd, which we just realised there, with of course Nigel up into 2nd with 137.6, I beg your pardon. But you know, he's going to be there about 40 seconds remaining then of qualifying, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Is Panos going to be able to get his pole position? Is it going to be safe, or is people going to try and push on? You know, it seems that he's been very adaptable. He's obviously got the AWS car, the Motul Oils also livery inspired Scirocco there, going through the final 2 turns of the circuit now. He's got to be pushing on. I think he's going to be there, but I think his pole position is going to be safe. I think he's just slightly back down. I think he's going to take his time. I think he just realises, you know, it's going to be safe. But looking at the time there, it's not looking good, but it may be safe. He's about to cross the line now. He's done a 143.5 there, but I think that was exactly. But looking at this, Ranger is currently purple in that sector. He could literally nick the pole position away from Panos going through the final sector. There's quite a few cars now. The likes of Dean Atkinson, fair play, currently got a car between him and Panos, but let's see what Dean's going to do. He's about to cross the line. Doesn't improve this time round, but it'll be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen, because Ranger is about to cross the line. Still stays second. He was purple, but Panos and of course Ranger first and second. Dean Atkinson rather third, with Chris Rigby 4th, Moreno 5th, Finley 6th in the race. Jamie currently 7th at the moment. Fred Coleman of course in 8th, with Ishmael 9th, Dale 10th, Neil Smell 11th, and Oscar 12th, and Nick 13th. But that is the grid for race number 1 then. We are ready for a first of 8 lap encounter. It is going to be very much interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Personally, I think, you know, the championship protagonists are going to be battling nose to tail. It will be very interesting. We do have a good view of the start lights here tonight at Interlagos. So the 5 red lights are on the starting gantry. They are going to flick any moment to green. The revs are building. Let's see what's going to happen. The green lights go on, the lights go out. They don't flick to green here. I've just realised that. But it is a good start for, I think it's a good start for Nigel there, trying to get alongside Panos into the centre S. This could be very interesting. The two of them touch slightly into the centre S, but Panos is there. Nick's already at the back, but I think he started at the back. But the top 3 straight away trying to push on for the likes of Panos, Dean, and of course Ranger there. Ranger's in the middle. And the same with Dean currently in 3rd, with Panos leading the way then. So the top 3 that were in on the grid, maybe the top 4, top 5, maybe thereabouts, but Jamie's up into 6th then. He's on a mission with Ishmael up into 7th. Finley down into 8th at the moment with the likes of Neil Smell, Fred Coleman, and of course Oscar. There's quite a few cars trying to go nose to tail through the sharp end here. You've got to be very careful. This is where it could very much be open up, but with Neil trying to battle with Fred Coleman as well as Oscar. Nick's also there. Nick's got a good bird's eye view of the battle ahead. So if any of these guys get caught up in this mess, Nick could easily get back up into further up the field. But got the likes of Neil Smells trying to push on, and he's got Finley there trying to get up there. But Neil's actually currently 10th and right, trying to battle with Fred Coleman as well as Finley. It's going to be very careful. Dale up into 8th then. Ishmael tried to make a move on Jamie there, but Jamie closes the door, very rightly so. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen, because that battle is going to be nose to tail. We'll see exactly how quick it's going to go for the championship protagonists, because the likes of Dean Atkinson and of course Ranger as well as Panos going to be thereabouts. But Panos is there, still leading from Ranger, followed by Dean Atkinson onto lap number 2 then. This is going to be between a lot of people there, but you can see exactly what's going to happen. The likes of Dean Atkinson, but Chris Rigby and of course Moreno, they're battling between each other. The Team Hardcar versus the Chrome Silver between. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Is there going to be a very interesting move, because the battle for the race lead is still 3 cars, but Chris Rigby still trying to get 4th place away from Moreno, but he's pushing and pushing, trying to get there. Jamie's under threat for his 6th place at the moment between Dale. Dale's actually on a right good charge there, trying to get past Jamie for that 6th place at the moment. He's got that line, trying to get the TPS car versus the Perset Liveried versus the McLaren. Neil Smell up into 9th then. So this could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen between these guys. Quite a lot of battles so far as we go into the latter half of the lap number 2 out of 8 then. So it's race number 1. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So Ishmael is there in, of course, 8th from right, Neil Smell 9th, Oscar 10th for the moment, trying to get past Neil, with Fred Coleman in, of course, 11th. Nick with a 3/10 penalty though, he's going to have to get rid of that, with Finley in 13th. But what's happening for the race lead? I think Panos, Ranger and of course Dean Atkinson, so the top 3 in qualifying, breaking away from the likes of Chris Moreno. Jamie's still there in 6th place. He's held on to get away from Dale, because Dale's trying to push on, but Ishmael Nemri's got a 5/10 penalty, so rightly so he's going to have to get rid of that as well. But Dale is on a massive charge. Where has Dale got the speed from tonight? Because he's absolutely trying to get Jamie for that 6th place. Neil Smell gets past the likes of Ishmael. I think with Ishmael's penalty, that's pushed Neil up into 8th then, with Oscar all over the back of him, trying to the second of the blue cars there. You can just see exactly what's going to happen, trying to battle with the likes of Neil. Neil's trying to push away from Oscar. He doesn't want to concede 8th place. This is probably what Neil wants to do and have his season turned around. You know, he wants to literally push on. He's 8th at the moment, with Oscar trying to latch onto the back of that other blue car. You can just see how close it's going to get. But what is happening for the race lead? Have we got the top 3 still nose to tail? They've actually not left each other alone. I thought it would be a bigger of a gap for Panos, but the racing super softs at the moment seem to be thereabouts. But you've got the likes of Panos on the super softs I think Ranger's on the super soft. Yes, he is. With Dean Atkinson on the soft, so it's quite interesting with Dean Atkinson getting the fastest lap onto lap number 3 though. But you know, it seems like they've not lost a lot of interest between Dale, Chris, and of course Jamie. These three had an absolute stellar battle, I think, sometime in the season. So Chris has dropped down to 5th now. He's got Jamie and Dale trying to chase him down, but Jamie and Dale are still battling for that 6th and 7th place. Jamie gives Dale a bit of a tap, but Dale still has the speed to try and catch up to Jamie. This is quite impressive from Dale at the moment, trying to get away from well, trying to catch up to Jamie at the moment, with the likes of Neil and Oscar still battling to blue cars. Got to be very careful, but we'll try and come back to that battle in a moment or two. But Dale and of course Jamie still battling for 6th and 7th. They've actually really had a nice long dice so far in this race, with around 5 laps to go in this race, with the likes of Oscar now 8th, Neil Smell 9th. But I tell you what, Ishmael's there in 10th place, lurking in the background, praying that there's issues ahead for him. But I think Dale's going to try and get the move for 6th place onto Jamie. Yes, he is, but Jamie still fights back. Fighting back in this battle for 6th and 7th. He's quite somewhat at the moment. It really is, you know, he's got to be very careful, because that is allowing Oscar to actually close the gap as well. So, you know, not only have we got a battle for 1st, 2nd and 3rd, we've also got a battle for 6th, 7th and 8th at the moment. This could be very close as Dale yet again gets close to Jamie, but could also be 5th as well, because Chris is there as well. Also Neil Smell could end up joining this battle. But I tell you what, so far it's been very entertaining, but the top 3 is still exactly the same as they were in qualifying, with Panos still getting away. He's purple in that set, so he's going to try and steal that fastest lap from Dean Atkinson, with Nigel still there. But Dean's got a 5/10 penalty. That is not what he wants Moreno for. Chris in 5th, with Jamie 6th at the moment. Dale's still there, but I tell you what, the battle for 5th, 6th, 7th and preferably now 8th, this is going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens. With around 3 laps to go here at Interlagos, it could be very careful between the likes of Jamie, Chris and of course Dale. Oh, Chris gets the move done into the centre S, does he? Jamie has to flash the brakes. It's going to be very careful. There's almost 4 cars now battling for this 5th place. Now this could end in catastrophically tears. But you know, nevertheless. But Dale, oh my goodness, Dale's got that line. It's going to be very careful. Let's see. Let's hope it doesn't end in misery or tears for any of these guys. But Oscar runs a bit wide then, with the likes of Chris there in 5th place at the moment, trying to push on. Who has picked up that penalty? It's going to be very interesting. Oscar's picked it up, so that's going to be a bit of a moment. He's going to have to get rid of that with Neil Smell behind him, so he's going to be very careful. Let's see what Neil's going to do. But he's going to try and get past Oscar, because he knows Oscar's got that penalty. That's allowed also Ishmael to get there. But the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th is going to be very interesting, because Chris gives Jamie gives Chris a bit of a shove, saying, come on mate, hurry up, you're holding me up. Dale's fast approaching, but I tell you what, fair play to them. They've actually had a good battle, with the likes of Dale of course and Jamie. They've been thereabouts. We'll try and see what's going on further in front as well. But Neil Smell up into 8th, then Oscar still 9th, with Ishmael 10th, Fred 11th, Finley in 12th, with the likes of Nick 13th. So Nick could be on pole position for race number 2, but with around about 2 laps to go in the opening race, with Panos leading from Ranger versus Dean Atkinson. So, you know, top 4 hasn't really changed. Jamie's into 5th, with Dale now trying to battle for that 5th spot. I think he's literally had giving it some beans now. I don't know what exactly he's had, but it's thereabouts. He's pushed on the TPS car. But I'll tell you what, they're going to try and make it 3 cars wide, with the likes of Jamie, Dale and of course Chris. Chris is trying to jump back into that 6th spot. Neil Smell also there. It's almost a 5-car train between the likes of... Oh, Jamie's had a penalty as well, so he's had to take that. That's give Dale the bit of the advantage to get past Chris there, with the likes of Neil Smell. Jamie gets a bit of a squirm on, but nevertheless he's had to drop down to 9th, with Ishmael and Neil Smell 8th, 8th and 9th, and preferably 7th, you know. But Dale's actually on a mission. He's actually got that 6th place at the moment. But, you know, this could be an absolute close battle between the likes of Dale and, of course, Chris at the moment. But let's see what's happening with the top three. The top three have had... Panos has broken away from the likes of Ranger and, of course, Dean Atkinson now. So that could be a bit of an advantage now to say, right, okay, I'm going to crack on now with going on to the penultimate lap. But Chris is there with Dale still hot on his heels for that 5th place at the moment. This is absolutely tooth and nail. This is exactly why we love to see this racing in Eldar Sim. You know, it is very close as you like. Dale's trying to literally catch up to Chris. He's got that toe going across the start finish line into the centre S for the penultimate time. What's going to happen? Is Chris going to be able to hold off, or is Dale going to try and make a move? You can just see the white TPS car there trying to push on with Ishmael now 7th, Jamie 8th, Neil Smell in, of course, 9th with Oscar 10th at the moment. Nick's up into 11th, Fred in 12th with Finley 13th. I think Finley's had a bit of an issue there somewhere, but fair play to Panos at the moment. Panos currently leads the way. Then let's see exactly what's going to happen. You know, he's going to lead, obviously he's safely going to win the race. Bear in mind, no mistake, with Ranger in 2nd, Dean Atkinson 3rd at the moment. Dean's trying to push on to try and get 2nd place from the Ranger. Moreno 4th, Chris Rigby and Dale still battling for 5th and 6th respectively. These two have been nose to tail. I think Dale's had some quite interesting racing so far tonight. I think he's been actually quite impressed with how he's gone on to get further up. I think that's exactly what he's been wanting so far, but he's going to be pushing on. He's got Chris Rigby's trying to hold off for dear life. Is he going to be able to do it for one more lap? Could be thereabouts, but you know, Ishmael runs a bit wide. Jamie tries to push on. It's going to be very careful to see exactly how things go. But Ishmael's picked up that penalty there. Kind of gathered that would happen because it's been a bit side by side. I thought he was actually going to go into pit lane then. Rightly wrong way to take the penalty as well. With the likes of Neil Smell now up into 8th, but Chris Rigby, look at this. He's under threat from Dale. Just about onto the final lap we go then. Let's see what's going to happen. Is this battle for 5th place rather going to be down to the wire, or is Dale going to get a move done? Dean Atkinson trying to catch up to Ranger at the moment, but Panos is leading. You can just see that maroon Scirocco there trying to push away. He's literally pushed away though, but the battle for 5th and 6th is still happening. Could be very interesting to see exactly what is going to happen, because is Chris going to be under attack from Dale? Dale's trying to literally hunt him like a shark to water at the moment. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. But I'll tell you what, Panos is going to go through that last couple of turns, but I'll tell you what, it could be anyone for 5th, because Jamie's back up there, wants to be where he wants to be. He wanted to be back 5th place, but you know, fair play to these guys. They put on a very good, interesting battle. But we'll try and go back to that battle when we get a moment, because Panos is about to come through the final turn and take another lights to flag victory. That will do his championship a bit more of a better cushion, because he will get the trifecta. He will get 23 points in race number 1. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Ranger in 2nd with the likes of... Oh, there's been a change. There's been a change for 5th, because Jamie's got past Chris and Dale for 6th and 7th. But Dale's alongside Jamie to try and get 5th place from across the line. Didn't actually see that because we're seeing exactly what's going on. But fair play to Jamie to get back into 5th place. Dale's on a mission tonight though. Chris in 7th, Neil Smell 8th. Oscar 9th, Ishmael 10th, Nick 11th, Finley in 12th, and Fred in, of course, 13th. But I'll tell you what, the trifecta goes to, of course, Panos with pole position, fastest lap as well. So he will get the maximum points there, as well as leading the race. You know, he will be on course for a very championship protagonist. He's obviously trying to get back, obviously dropped down from GT Supercars last season, so he's wanting to get back into the top tier as best as he can. Going to quickly get the race results and then we'll go through them as well. But I'll tell you what, it has been a stellar night of racing so far here at Interlagos. Let's see what's going to happen then for race number 2. But straight away, jumping in then for the race 1 results. I'll tell you what, it was an absolute epic race. The battles galore. Actually did very well with the likes of Panos then into the race victory, followed by Ranger Dean Atkinson. So the top 3 in qualifying, finished the top 3 in the race. I think Moreno was also 4th in qualifying, so he finishes 4th. Jamie 5th, stellar drive from Jamie, under pressure from Dale for quite some time in that race, and then Chris obviously got past them, but Chris finished 7th. It is thereabouts to see exactly what's going to happen, but it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. So obviously Chris in, of course, with 7th, Neil Smell 8th, Oscar 9th, Ishmael 10th, Nick 11th, Finley 12th, Fred Coleman 13th. Fastest lap went to Panos on lap number 4, very unstoppable with a 1:37.4, and it was unstoppable. It's looking very cloudy. It's going to be very interesting. So race number 2 is going to be coming up very soon. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly. So we'll see how well it's going to be. But it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. I think Neil was quite happy as well to finish 8th, and I'll tell you what, race number 2 is going to be an absolute cracker, because Fred's going to be on obviously a pole position because it's reverse grid, but looking at exactly what's going to happen. But I'll tell you what, absolute stellar racing so far. I'll tell you what, the battles galore though. It seems that, you know, I like to, I'm just going to quickly save the replay, but you know, it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what happens, because Fred's on pole position, followed by Finley, followed by Nick, then Ishmael, Oscar, Neil Smale, Chris, Dale, Jamie, Moreno, Dean, then obviously Ranger, and then obviously Panos at the tail of the field. Obviously, you know, it's going to be an absolute epic night of racing for race number 2. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen for race number 2 though. But it's looking a bit threatening, the sky's looking a bit mean. Hopefully there's no rain forecast, but looking exactly what's going to happen then. I think the guys are going to be pushing on. I think the ones that were very close battles, I think the super softs at the time, and maybe the softs are thereabouts. I think the mediums are kind of thereabouts, but I'll tell you what, absolutely phenomenal. It was absolute class. You know, I can't stress how good this championship really is. You know, I know it's a single make, but you know, the Scirocco's are putting on very good shows week in, week out, and you know, my boys pretty much shows exactly how much it means to these guys. These guys, fair play to them, you know. But obviously, you know, there's a lot of pressure with certain people on the grid, but you know, seeing exactly what's going to happen, I think the likes of Ishmael, and of course, because I think Ishmael's going to try and get thereabouts, but you know, to try and push on, it's going to be thereabouts. We'll see how close it's going to go, but we're around 2 minutes away from second race of the evening to kick start, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. So, you know, grab a drink. So it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen for race number 2. We are a minute away from that, so it's going to be close as you like to see what's going to happen. I think seeing I think what we're going to do, I think if anything is like race number 1, I think we're going to be in for a treat. You know, we're going to be thereabouts. I think, you know, looking at the skies, the temperatures dropped a bit as well, so it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen from the reverse grid. But it's going to be another 8-lap encounter, so obviously I think Dale's on sky high because he's obviously almost forgot to enter the lobby, but I think he's thereabouts. But fair play, you know, it's been amazing to see people do very well, you know, and it's going to be quite close to see what's going to happen. I think there's going to be a lot more battles with Ishmael and Finley. I don't know exactly whether they should be entering the VW Scirocco Drift Championship, which is not part of the schedule. But Ishmael claims he's a beginner and he'll do his best. But they all say that. But it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen for race number 2 then of the evening. So it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. Fred on pole position versus Finley and of course Nick. Obviously Nick's going to try and push on. He wants to get thereabouts. What times is Nick actually on? Just out of curiosity, he's on the soft, so a couple of guys on the soft revs are building as are mine. The lights are going to go out any moment now. We will be getting ready for race number 2. Who's going to get a decent start into the centre S? Quite a lot of wheel spin for quite a lot of the guys, but it looks like Fred's got a decent start. But the actually decent start is actually Ishmael Nemri getting into 3rd straight away. That was an absolute launch off the line to get into 3rd. He's got obviously Finley and Fred ahead of him, so it looks very interesting with Oscar there. Nick into 5th. Nick's dropped down 2 places there. He's going to have to push on in that Umbongo machine just to try and see exactly what's going to happen between Neil Smell and of course Chris Rigby. This could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. Neil's trying to get that train of cars behind him, but he runs a bit wide with the likes of Dale. Dale's on a mission tonight, I swear he is. But you know, he's thereabouts with the likes of who's that with a penalty? Oh, it's Neil Smell with a penalty. He's got Moreno and Jamie behind him. Got to be very careful with of course Ranger trying to go 3 wide there. That could be very dangerous. What's the outcome with that? But Jamie into 8th place then, with Nigel in 9th, Neil in 10th. Soon could be back at the tail of the field with the likes of Panos on the medium, so he's 13th at the moment. But Finley is there leading the race then from Ishmael Nemri up into 2nd. He had an absolute demon start then to get thereabouts, but you know, to get into 3rd before turn number 1 seems to be thereabouts. But Fred's there in 3rd then, followed by Oscar. Nick 5th with Chris in 6th. Dale 7th. Dale's actually on a mission tonight, we know that. But you've got Ranger and Jamie battling for 8th and 9th respectively. They're going to be pushing on, the likes of Moreno and of course Dean Atkinson battling for 10th and 11th. But Jamie's trying to get Ranger into the centre S for lap number 2 then. This could be very careful. Ranger's there. Is he going to get it? Or is Jamie there? Oh, it's going to be a bit close. Or Jamie's had to drop down to almost 11th place there because he's got the likes of Moreno and of course Dean Atkinson, both Pertec and Foster's livery versus the Chrome Silver machine, trying to push on. But it's going to be very close. What's Jamie going to do? He's trying to battle. He's not getting his race win that he wanted to get this time round. I think he's trying to push on, but he's got to be careful with the likes of Moreno and of course Dean Atkinson. They're trying to make it three cars wide at the back end of the field, but this could be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. I think Neil's dropped down to 13th unfortunately, but Panos is up into 12th then, but Moreno is the outcome of that. He's up into 9th then. Jamie in 10th then, with Dean down in 11th. Let's see what's happening further ahead with the likes of Ishmael Nemri trying to catch up to of course Finley. both trying to push on, but Finley's trying to get a race win tonight. I think he's back to his usual sort of style-esque racing, but he's got to be very careful with the likes of Fred, Oscar and Nick. Nick's trying to join the battle for the final spot on the podium with the likes of Chris and Dale also there. This could be very close. This could be a almost a 5-car battle for third place at the moment. This could be absolutely unstoppable between the likes of Oscar. Oh my goodness, try and make it 3 wide. Please don't make it 3 wide into the centre S, because that is going to be unstoppable. What's happening? I can't really tell with the camera, but Oscar gets into third, then with Nick into fourth, sliding out of the centre S with Chris and of course Dale and Fred almost there as well. This is absolutely unstoppable. What is going on tonight? These guys yet again putting on a very good show for the spectators as well as the commentary. It seems to be an absolute epic night of racing so far. This is going to be very close. Nick up into fourth then. And he said he was third, but he's not, because Oscar's third. So Nick's fourth. Moreno with a penalty. We'll try and concentrate on these battles, because Chris is trying to catch up to Nick to take that 4th place away from him with the likes of Fred in 6th. Dale still 7th. I'll tell you what, Dale's driven very well, but gives Fred a bit of a tap. I don't think he literally meant to, which, you know, unsettled Fred's car a bit of wheel spin. But Dale's under threat from Ranger at the moment. But fair play to Dale. He's had a lot of topsy-turvy so far this season, but to get where he is now, I think he's still on cloud 9 after race number 1, because he's driven so well. So Ranger in 8th, and Jamie 9th, Dean in 10th, Moreno with that penalty there in 11th, Panos 12th, Neil Smell 13th. But Finley still leading the way race then from Ishmael, followed by Oscar, with Nick having his mirrors full of Chris Rigby, with Chris flashing the light saying, come on Nick, out the way. That 4th place is not yours for long, because he's trying to get the move into the centre S. Oh my goodness, Chris makes that move into the centre S, make it with ease. That was a lot of pressure there, but I tell you what, what's impressed me is Dale's up into 6th. He's on a mission. He's actually really doing very well, with Fred in of course 7th, Ranger in 8th still there, with the likes of Jamie trying to catch this group up. He's trying to literally go, but Fred's trying to get back past Dale, almost there. Both of them battling so well, but Fred runs a bit wide. That's allowed Dale to take that 6th place back. It's going to get close. It's going to get close for comfort, but Fred's got a penalty. Oh, snaking his way down to 8th place, unfortunately, while he's taking that penalty. So Ranger and of course Dale for 6th and 7th. I'll tell you what, this is absolutely unstoppable. Nick's still trying to get past Chris Rigby. They're actually getting closer to Oscar, because Oscar's had a bit of a nightmare somehow. He's dropped a bit down from Ishmael and of course Finley for the time being. But Chris and of course Nick trying to push on to get onto the podium. One of them will be on the podium, 1 to lap 4 already out of 8. This is absolutely unreal. How close is this racing? I tell you what, this is absolutely how I expect these racing. I've never seen racing nose to tail as much as the VW Scirocco's. I tell you what, it's been absolute stellar. And I'll tell you what, when it gets to the last round of the season in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be a bit of an emotional one, because it's been fantastic. But Oscar's trying to defend from Chris Rigby. Is Chris going to try and do his trademark move into the centre S? He's trying to do it, but oh my goodness, he gets it done again. So he gets 2 positions in 1 place in the space of a lap. That is absolute sensational, with Nick trying to push Oscar for 4th place at the moment. Nick's trying to get thereabouts. Is he going to be able to get past Oscar? Is he going to be able to do it? Possibly. Oscar's trying to push on, but I'll tell you what, that's allowing Finley to escape up the road with Ishmael 2nd, Chris 3rd now. Nick trying to take 4th from Oscar, trying to do that, and Dale's still in 7th, so I'll tell you what, still thereabouts. He is absolute on a mission. Nick gives Oscar a bit of a tap saying, come on mate, hurry up, holding me up here. But fair play, Oscar's suffering a bit. I don't know whether he's on the soft, so he shouldn't really be suffering, but maybe it's just how he is. I think he has got a bit of issues with his brake pedal, I think, from what he was saying as well. So You got Nigel there in 6th, Dale 7th, so Dale's on course for another good points haul here, with the likes of Fred in 8th, Jamie 9th, Panos 10th now, Dean Atkinson behind him. Moreno's dropped down to 12th, Neil Smell 13th for the moment, but Finley's still leading from Ishmael, with Chris in 3rd, Nick still 4th. Oh, he's up to 4th, Nick's up to 4th now, with Ranger in 5th, then with Dale 6th, Oscar now 7th. I think Oscar's definitely suffering at the moment. Very hard to see exactly why he's suffering, but we don't really know exactly what's going on with that brake pedal. Onto lap number 6 then, so 2 laps to go then. Jamie's trying to put Fred under pressure for that 8th place at the moment. This is absolutely unstoppable between everyone tonight. Fantastic racing. Not really much argy-bargy tonight either, with the likes of Panos 10th, Dean 11th, Moreno 12th with Neil Smell 13th. Poor old Neil, I think he's having a bit of a nightmare tonight, but hopefully he'll be pushing on for race number 3 with Ishmael and of course Finley. Finley's still thereabouts, but Nick's there, but Dale's up into 5th. Oh my goodness, how on earth, what is he had? He's actually been very impressive as Dale tonight. Nick runs a bit wide then. Nick trying to push away from Dale. Nick's on the softs as well as Dale, so both on the same compound. Same with Ranger. This could be close. Dale could actually try and get 4th place from Nick here. This is absolutely top class racing from everyone in this field tonight. This is why I look forward to Friday nights. It's, you know, something about Fridays that makes me really happy. You know, and I'll tell you what, Nick is trying to push on. This could be very careful, but Nick's trying to push away from Dale, but Dale is there. This could be another good result for Dale. I tell you what, I am seriously impressed with Dale's driving. He's trying to push up to 4th to catch up to Nick onto the penultimate lap, with Ranger hot on their heels with Oscar 7th, Fred and Jamie still 8th and 9th, but Jamie's trying to make a move into the centre S. Panos is also there to try and make it 3. Oh my goodness, try to make it 3 cars. This is not going to work. Jamie runs wide out of the centre S then with Dean Atkinson. It could be 3 cars for it could be 3 cars for 9th place at the moment, because like I said, Jamie and Panos is trying to get away. Let's have a look what's happening there. But you can see Dale's on an absolute mission. He is like Mission Impossible. He's like James Bond trying to get past Nick for 4th place. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely stellar. This is absolute unreal. Dale must be like, what's going on? Because he's doing so well. I'm very impressed. I really am. It's absolute top class racing. And I'll tell you what, these Scirocco's are just phenomenal. Literally tooth and nail battles. Let's see what's happening for that battle. Panos is up into 9th, then Jamie dropped down to 10th, Dean in 11th. Dean's going to have to try and push on. He knows he's got a gap between him and Panos now. What's happened to 4th? The battle for 4th is still happening, because as much as Dale's dropped back a bit from Nick, but he's not dropped far away, because we're going on to the final lap now. So Finley leads the race then from Ishmael with Chris in 3rd, then Nick's still 4th, but Dale's still trying to chase after him. The Rangers also trying to do exactly the same. This is absolute unstoppable. 3 cars for 4th place. This is going to be close as you like, with Ranger trying to put Dale under a huge amount of pressure. But I tell you what, this is going to be very close. But you know, Panos is now 8th with the likes of Fred and Dean and of course Jamie. Didn't realise Jamie was still part of that battle, but this is absolutely going to be close with the likes of Fred and of course Dean trying to get away. Dean's got the overlap. Oscar runs a bit wide though. Was that Fred running wide? Yes it was. But Dale is trying to hold off Ranger for that 5th place at the moment. This is absolutely unstoppable, but we'll try and go back to that battle in a minute. But Finley is there, Ishmael in 2nd, then Chris in 3rd at the moment, Nick still 4th with Dale 5th. I tell you what, this has been absolutely fantastic stuff. What is going to happen between the likes of Finley and of course Ishmael at the moment? But Ishmael He's going to have to try and push on, but Finley, I'll tell you what, fair play to him. Dale's still holding on for 5th place at the moment. Just don't want to jinx him as of yet. Don't think we'll jinx him, but I'll tell you what, Finley's going to come through the final turn then to take a victory. I'll tell you what, he's now got another victory. He will be happy with that. Gets the fastest lap as well. Flashes the lights in delight. Ishmael 2nd with a demon start into 3rd with the lights of Chris 3rd, Nick 4th, Dale 5th. What a drive to get 5th place with the likes of Rangers 6th, Panos 7th, Oscars with that penalty, Jamie 8th, Dean was 10th, Oscar 9th, Dean Atkinson 10th, Moreno 11th, Fred 12th. Oh, he dropped down to 12th with Neil Smell 13th. But I tell you what on earth, this is absolutely amazing. But I tell you what, fair play to Finley. He's got the fastest lap as well, so you know he'll get 21 points for that as well as leading the race. So he gets 22 points for that. And I'll tell you this. This is absolutely been unstoppable. I am really impressed. Yeah, exactly. Nick's just put in the racing chat, what is Dale eating today? Because Nick wants some of that. We'll go through the results in a moment or two. But I tell you what, this is. Tonight has been absolutely unstoppable so far. So Finley takes a victory then with Ishmael into so Finley first, followed by Ishmael in 2nd. Ishmael got a demon start in race number 2 with Chris in 3rd, Nick 4th, Dale 5th. He's had a very good night of racing so far. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with how he's raced tonight with Rangers 6th, Panos 7th, JB 8th, Oscar 9th, Dean 10th, Moreno 11th, Fred 12th, and Neil Smell 13th. But Neil Smell will be on pole position for the 3rd and final race of the evening, with Finley taking the fastest lap on lap number 3, untouchable, with a 1:37.886. And I'll tell you what, oh, he has, Nick, indeed. He really has. I'm impressed, man. It's going to be very interesting. Dale claims he's had too much coffee. I'll tell you what, if he's had too much coffee, I'd love to have some proper coffee, you know. But I tell you what, tonight has been very enjoyable. It has been close. The sun is setting for the final race of the evening. It's the final 8-lap encounter of tonight here at Interlagos. We are around 5 minutes away. But I'll tell you what, tonight has just been one of them where I'm speechless. It has been very close. It has been down to the wire. I can't wait to see what's going to happen for the last 2 events. We go to, trying to remember where we go next week. Just out of curiosity, where we go next week. But I tell you what, it is absolutely unreal. Just before we start race number 3, the final race of the evening. But we head to, Largo. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. And then we round up at Dragon Trail Seaside with the chicanes of death. That's going to be very interesting. But I tell you what, with next week when we go to Largo, it's going to go even better. But it's going to be absolutely close to see exactly what's going to happen. I'll tell you this, I am speechless. But, you know, looking exactly at what's going to happen then. With the sun setting, it's going to be close as you like. I think Neil's going to try and push on. He's now on the softs with Dean Atkinson on the super softs, Fred on the super softs, Jamie on the super softs, Moreno on the softs, Finley's now on the softs, Nick's now leaving the super softs, with Dale on the medium. So Dale might suffer a bit this race, but That might not stop his momentum though, because he's been very quick all evening. Chris on the softs, Panos on the softs, Oscar mediums, and Ishmael on the mediums too. I'm trying to think who hasn't entered as of yet. Oh, I think Nigel's gone because I think he's got other commitments, so it'll be very interesting to see. But 12 races done for the final race of the evening. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in this one, and I'm also looking to see how, with around now after tonight, 6 races to go. Dale says he likes the track, but I'm still not as fast as some. Still shaking for race 1. It's really got the adrenaline pumping. Well, exactly. It's good to see. I'm been really impressed. You know, very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, we are 2 minutes away from the final race of the evening, and what is going to happen? Are we going to see another winner tonight? Are we going to see more battles, or is Dale going to fly and take the victory? You know, he's been absolutely unreal. But this is the nature of the championship. You know, people say they're not as fast as everyone else, but they throw surprises, and that's what I like about this championship. The surprises that go with it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen very soon. Because Neil's will push on for pole position. It is a rolling start though, so it is not a grid. So let's see what's going to happen for the final race of the evening. It has been absolutely unstoppable tonight. It is unreal. But I'll tell you what, for the first time tonight, I must say it's been very enjoyable. It's always been enjoyable, but you know, there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of adrenaline going through the system of some of these drivers. I'm sure they could pass me some of it. Excuse me. But you know, it's going to be very close then. Let's see who's going to escape then to try and push on. But I think Neil's going to try and push away from Fred and of course Moreno as well as Dean. But I tell you what, let's see what happens for race number 3 then. It's going to be very interesting. Is Neil going to be able to push on for a first victory, or is he going to be hampered by the likes of Fred and Moreno? I'm not going to put commentator's curse on, but I want Neil to try and do very well this time round. He's had a bit of a nightmare this evening, but he is going to get the rolling start. Is he going to be able to push on? He's on the right tyres for this race. The softs and super softs seem to be worked, but he's going to be pushing on into turn number 1 with Fred close for comfort, trying to push on, trying to get thereabouts with Moreno there. The cars after the rolling start are slightly slow away, but Oscar 5th with the likes of Dean Atkinson 4th, Jamie into 6th, Panos 7th with Dale trying to push away from Nick at the moment. He's on the mediums, he's probably worrying about that, but he doesn't need to worry. Nick's on the super softs with Chris Rigby on the softs with Ishmael on the mediums, Finley also on the softs. But I'll tell you what, if Finley was on the mediums in race 2, then it proved a victory. But Neil Smell under threat already from Fred Coleman, but he's going to try and push on, he's going to try and push away from Fred. He's trying to get thereabouts. He's got the yellow headlighted so we can easily pick him out, but he's got Fred alongside him. Fred runs a bit deep low, that's unfortunate, so that's going to allow Neil to break away with the likes of Moreno close for comfort, with Dean Atkinson in the Foster's Lager liveries with Oscar and Panos, who's got the penalty. Who has the penalty at the moment? Oh, Nick's got the penalty, so Dale will be allowed a bit of breathing space there. But that's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But Dale's on the mediums, Nick dropping down the order because with that penalty at the moment. Chris in 10th then with, oh, there's yellow flag. Who was that? Oh, it's Oscar. Oscar has gone off there. Didn't see exactly what happened, but he's picked up quite a bit of damage there. So he's obviously very angry with that indeed. Not too sure exactly what happened, but he's very angry. He's picked up some damage from Fred Coleman and Moreno trying to battle with Dean Atkinson trying to close them down, but Neil's trying to get away from the top three at the moment, or should I say top four, between Fred and Neil at the moment, trying to battle with the likes of Moreno and Dean Atkinson. This could be 4 cars battling for the race lead any moment, but Neil's trying to get away from Fred. He's going to try and push on, but poor old Oscar, I don't think he's happy. He's 12th at the moment, but Fred gets into the race lead then via Neil Smell second. Neil's trying to push on. Neil actually had a podium in WSTC, finished second within or top of this in race number 2 there, with the likes of Dean Atkinson now trying to push past Neil Smell for that second place at the moment. Neil's going backwards, which isn't good, but he's still third at the moment. He's going to push on, trying to get past Dean Atkinson. He does it with precision. He couldn't get a bite through that. You know, it seems to be thereabouts, but let's see what's going to happen. Neil's trying to push back on with the likes of Dean Atkinson third at the moment, Moreno fourth at the moment, Panos 5th, Jamie 6th, Chris in 7th, Finley 8th, with Nick and Dale 9th and 10th. Dale's trying to catch up to Nick. I think, you know, Dale's had some very strong results tonight. I know he's on the wrong, he's on the bogey tyre for the final race, but he's not giving up. He's actually not giving up. He's trying to chase Nick for 9th place at the moment. Ishmael in 11th, then with Oscar in 12th at the moment. He is going to be absolute livid, battle scarred there, but Neil is trying to push back on to try and catch up to Fred for that race lead. He's got Moreno behind him with the likes of Dean Atkinson also there, but this is going to be very close. Is Neil going to be able to hold off these guys, or is he going to be chased, or is he going to try and push on for that race victory? Could be very easy, but Moreno and Dean are battling, so that may allow Neil to break away to try and catch up to Fred. But is it going to happen? Lap 3 then, out of 8. This is absolutely stellar stuff, but I said it was relatively calm, but a swarm of angry bees have been opened. Who's opened the net? Seems that Neil's dropped down to possibly now 4th, because Dean's got past him for 2nd, but Moreno, oh, they both go off wide. With the likes of Neil trying to get there. I think Jamie's also part of this group. He's trying to get there. I think Jamie's had a bit of Dale's adrenaline there to get up into 4th, with Moreno in 5th, then Chris in 6th, Panos 7th, Finley in 8th, with the likes of Nick in 9th for the moment. Purple in that sector. Dale 10th for the moment. I think he's struggling with their mediums, but fair play, he's driven very well all evening. Ishmael in, of course, 11th, Oscar 12th. He's not happy, but I tell you what, Fred is trying to get away. Dean Atkinson 2nd, Jamie and Neil 3rd and 4th respectively, but Neil's trying to hold off from Jamie to get that 3rd spot with around 5 laps to go in this race. This is absolute, 5 laps to go in this race. It could be very careful between these guys. Is it 5? No, it's not. It's 4. I do apologise. Getting way counted ahead of myself. But Neil's trying to hold off Jamie then for that final spot at the podium as the battle for the race lead kind of hots up slightly, because Fred's trying to push away from Dean Atkinson. Neil Smell's trying to still hold on for 3rd from Jamie at the moment, with Chris Rigby up into 5th. I tell you what, this could be anyone's race at the moment, but Dale's still in 10th place. He's struggling to catch up to these guys at the moment. But I tell you what, fair play. He, you know, even though he's 10th, he's driven very well. Ishmael on the mediums as well. So, you know, he's got the battle for the mediums thereabouts, with Oscar in 12th then. But it seems that with Fred and of course Dean Atkinson battling for 2nd and 1st, with Jamie and Neil also there, but Dean gets in front of Fred then for the race lead, so Dean leads the race then, trying to push on because he knows Panos is down in 7th, so that could be another stellar drive. But Neil runs wide, clips into Jamie, which also then nearly in turns nearly fires Jamie off the circuit there, but I think now Chris is now up into 4th. Yes, he is. Moreno 5th. Neil Smell down into 6th. I think Neil's actually really struggling this time round with Panos 7th, Finley 8th, Nick 9th, Dale 10th, Ishmael 11th, with Oscar in, of course, 12th place. I don't think he's in the right thing at the moment. He's suffering at the moment. I don't know whether he's got issues with his brakes or there's an issue with the Scirocco, but Dean Atkinson still under threat from Fred, then trying to get that THL car alongside the Foster's car. This could be another stellar battle for first place at the moment, with the likes of Jamie up into 3rd then, so Jamie could be on the podium at the end, before the end of the race. On to lap 5 then, so he's at around 3 laps to go. Or is it? No, yeah, it's 4. Yes, do apologise, it's 4 laps to go. Still getting way ahead of myself. But Jamie under threat from Chris Rigby, then try to push on from the likes of a lot of interest with Chris Rigby thereabouts. Moreno in 5th then, Panos 7th, Finley in 7th, Neil Smell in 8th then, trying to push on, but he's got Nick for company. Nick's on the super soft slowly on one go kart, trying to get alongside Neil for that 8th place. I think, you know, it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Dale and Ishmael are catching each other up. This is going to be very close. 10th and 11th. Oscar's Scirocco has really got an issue. I think he's got a bit of a problem, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen with Dean leading the race then. On to lap number 6 with Fred Coleman still there in, of course, 2nd place with Jamie and Chris. These two had a stellar battle at Kyoto last week, so hopefully they have another they had a stellar battle in race 1 with Dale as well, so you know it's been stellar battles between these two as well tonight. So Moreno 5th then, Panos 6th, Finley 7th, Neil Smell holding up Nick for 8th place at the moment, but Nick's on a charge trying to get thereabouts, but you know, Dale's still there in 10th place of the medium runners, but seems to be thereabouts. Let's see exactly how it's going to go between the likes of Dale and Ishmael. Ishmael's trying to push on. He's going to be trying to get past Dale, but I think Nick's got past Neil. Yes, he has, with Neil trying to chase him for company, but could be very interesting to go when we go into the penultimate lap very soon. Oscar's Scirocco still having a bit of an issue, but Dean Atkinson then trying to push on, championship leader. I don't think the championship's going to be I'm not too sure if he's still in the lead or he's just slightly ahead. Be very interesting to see exactly what happens. Fred still in 2nd, squealing them tyres, with Jamie 3rd. Oh, he runs a bit wide though. That's going to allow Chris to try and close up the gap. This is going to be absolutely insane between Jamie and Chris. Is that going to be allowed though? Possibly could be. Jamie's trying to push on with Chris there, trying to get alongside him for 3rd onto the penultimate lap then. Moreno 5th, Panos 6th, Finley 7th, Nick 8th, Neil Smell 9th, Dale and Ishmael. I think Ishmael's tried to have a bit of Dale's adrenaline because they are battling for 10th and 11th. I tell you what, fair play though, with the likes of Ishmael and Dale battling for 10th and 11th. Oscar's VW still there in 12th, but I don't think he's happy with whatever happened. Fred's had a bit of an issue because Jamie's caught him rapidly. See what's going to happen. The Welshman trying to get away from Jamie at the moment. Jamie's trying to push on to try and get that 2nd place. He's on a mission. I think Jamie's also had some of Dale's adrenaline, but it seems to be very interesting because that's allowed Dean Atkinson to have a comfortable race lead for the time being. But Fred runs a bit wide then. Is that going to allow Jamie to get the launch? Could be thereabouts. Let's see what's going to happen. Could be thereabouts, but Jamie's on a mission, literally on a mission to try and get past Fred for that 2nd place. He's easily going to try and do it. Dean's still leading the race then. Jamie gets into 2nd. Fred's almost trying to get 2nd place back from him though. This also could allow Chris Rigby to jump onto the podium. This is absolute stellar stuff from these three. Tell you what, these battles, they've all had a bit of Dale's adrenaline during the break shot for race 3, but you know, Jamie's there, Fred's there, Chris is there as well. On to the final lap where you go, oh, there's a bit of contact between the three of them. Or was it, no, it was between Jamie and of course Fred, but they're trying to make it 3 wide. What are you trying to do to my voice, lads? Are you trying to break it? Jamie's up into second with Fred down into third then. But Chris is on the attack for third as well. This could go down to the wire. Let's see what's going to happen in a moment or two. Moreno and Panos and Finley, they're going to battle for 5th. This is absolute unreal. Nick's in the box seat if anything goes wrong. Neil in 9th, Ishmael 10th, Dale 11th, fair play to him. Oscar's still circulating 12th, but Dean Atkinson still leads the race then from Jamie and of course Fred and of course Chris. This could be unstoppable. The 3 for second, Panos now 5th, Finley in 6th with Moreno, or Moreno's down into 8th because Nick's got the better of him. Moreno runs wide though, got to be careful not to take Nick out because Nick won't like that. But Dean Atkinson, look at him. He is going to be taking a victory this evening. He's probably thinking, I might have to try and do what Panos did in race 1 to try and close the gap in the championship. Fair play to him though. Jamie in second. So Dean comes through the final turn then to take the final victory of the evening then. He will be delighted with that, no doubt. Flashes the lights. Jamie in second, fair play, but who's going to take third? It's Chris. Oh, what a stellar drive. Fred 4th, Panos 5th, Finley 6th, Nick 7th, Moreno 8th, Neil Smale 9th, Ishmael 10th, fair play to him, the medium runner, with Dale in 11th, fair play, not giving up. He's had some good point haul tonight, is Dale. And then obviously Oscar in, of course, 12th place. He's not really had a good night of racing in, of course, race number 3. I think he's had a bit of a issue. Not too sure exactly what happened, but he's going to be the last of the finishers. But I'll tell you what, fair play to Dean Atkinson for taking a victory. Jamie takes the fastest lap though, a 1:38.008. That is an insane fastest lap. But we'll just wait for Oscar's car to finish. But obviously, with it being on auto drive, don't know exactly what happened, but he wasn't happy. But it's going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen going to Largo then, because it's 6 races to go in the championship. Is the championship table going to be closer than we think? But it's going to be a lot of things. But like, you know, it's going to be very interesting. But I tell you what, fair play to these guys tonight. Let's see what's going to happen. I will get the results and of course the replay. But Dean Atkinson with that scary looking helmet, I wonder what that is. It's very freaky. But it is going to be very interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. But we do have a lot of interest. We will get the race results and then go through them very quickly, because I know Nick has to head off to go and do other racing. But Dean Atkinson then takes the race win, followed by Jamie, followed by Chris Rigby. That battle was insane between Chris and as well as Jamie, as well as Fred 4th then, with Panos 5th, Dean Finley in 6th, Nick 7th, Moreno 8th, Neil Smale 9th. Poor old Neil had a bit of a nightmare that race, with Ishmael 10th, Dale 11th, but fair play to Dale for finishing 11th. But he's had a good point haul. He's actually been thereabouts with Oscar 12th. No idea what happened to him, but he struggled like mad to carry on. But I tell you what, it's going to be very interesting with Jamie with the 1:38.008 on lap number 3. Wasn't beaten either. But I tell you what, guys, it is going to be very close going in towards the final 6 races of the championships, with 6 races of the championship to go, with around 2 rounds to play for. It is going to be very interesting. Join us this time next week where we head to Italy to go to Lake Maggiore at the Largo West circuit. It is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Until then, guys, I've been Hoppers for Eldar Sim Racing. I'm going to go and have a good weekend. Stay safe in these storms if you are UK based. It is not very nice out there, but take care. Until next week, guys. Ta-ra.